In a world often loud with noise, boasting, and the constant need to announce every minor achievement, there exists a rare strength of quiet dedication to purpose, a commitment without the need for applause. Those who choose to work in silence are sculpting a discipline that often goes unnoticed, moving away from the need for immediate validation, finding fulfillment in the journey itself rather than the outcome. Imagine a craftsman in a workshop, hands worn from the countless hours spent perfecting his craft. The process is not glamorous. It's a labor filled with trial, patience, moments of failure, and small, sometimes imperceptible steps toward improvement. He isn't aiming for immediate recognition. Instead, his goal is mastery, and he is fueled by a love for the work, a dedication to his skill. His silence is not because of shyness or fear, but because he understands that true growth does not require an audience. The echoes of his efforts are not heard by others, but resonate deeply within him. Every day, this craftsman wakes up with a quiet determination to continue his work. When he fails, he doesn't announce it to the world or seek sympathy. He quietly learns, adapts, and grows. His mistakes are his teachers, and his solitude is his classroom. The world around him may not see the evolution happening within, but he knows it. Each setback sharpens his resolve, and every small success adds to his unbreakable foundation of self-belief. There is a kind of magic in this silent labor, a magic that transcends words or public acknowledgement. When someone works hard in silence, they are creating a legacy built on authenticity and inner strength, a legacy that will speak for itself when the time is right. The silent worker is patient. They understand that results are not always immediate and that progress is sometimes hidden, only revealed after long periods of perseverance. This quiet pursuit isn't about avoiding acknowledgement forever, but about not needing it to sustain motivation. The person working hard in silence finds their own motivation through the process itself. Their ambition isn't fueled by likes, shares, or the praise of others, but by a personal vision, a standard of excellence that only they can define, and that makes them unstoppable. Consider the person waking up at dawn, getting ready to chase their dreams, even when the world is still asleep. There is no one to applaud them for rising early, no one to cheer them on as they put in the extra hours. They are alone with their ambition, a companion that others cannot see. This solitary dedication is not an act of isolation, but of focus. It allows them to tune out the distractions, the opinions, and the noise, centering themselves on what truly matters, the work and the growth it brings. Their progress is slow, almost invisible. Each day blends into the next, a string of quiet routines and steady tasks. They don't seek shortcuts because they know that what they're building requires a foundation strong enough to last. Their goals are bigger than a fleeting achievement. They're aiming for mastery, self-reliance, and a kind of fulfillment that can't be taken away. In silence, they chip away at their weaknesses, shape their skills, and learn from every setback. No one sees the frustration when they make mistakes or the determination that carries them back to the task at hand the next morning. In this silence, they find a different kind of freedom, one that doesn't rely on external measures. Without the weight of others' expectations, they're free to follow their own pace, to take detours, to fall and get up without judgment. There's no need to perform or prove anything. It's just them and their commitment to the process. They become their own source of motivation, creating a resilience that cannot be easily shaken. This resilience is born from the many quiet hours they've spent learning to rely on themselves, learning to push through doubt without needing a cheering crowd to lift their spirits. For those who work hard in silence, every obstacle becomes a lesson. The challenges don't discourage them. They are opportunities to strengthen their resolve. When they encounter difficulty, they don't shy away from it or look for the easy way out. Instead, they lean into it, knowing that each struggle is adding to their strength. They embrace the grind, the uncomfortable moments, the long nights when success feels far away, because they trust in their journey. They know that every difficult step is necessary, that each one is a part of the story they are writing. As they progress, they begin to notice changes. Not the kind of flashy overnight success that others might notice, but subtle shifts within themselves. They are more focused, more disciplined. The things that used to bother them no longer hold power over them. The doubts that used to creep in lose their grip. They've learned that failure is not an end but a beginning, a chance to refine, adjust, and try again. They've learned that persistence is its own reward, that the small wins accumulated over time are far more valuable than a single moment of praise. Their silence becomes a source of strength. It is a reminder that they don't need permission to chase their dreams, that they don't need validation to make progress. They understand that real growth happens away from the spotlight, in the moments when no one is watching. The work they put in during these quiet hours is what builds their confidence, layer by layer, giving them the courage to keep going even when things get hard. They are crafting a kind of confidence that cannot be shaken because it is rooted in their own efforts, in their own journey. With each passing day, their vision becomes clearer. They see the path ahead, not as a straight line to success, but as a winding road with peaks and valleys, moments of triumph and setbacks. And they welcome each twist and turn, because they know that these are the moments that will shape them. They are not afraid of failure, because they have learned to see it as a teacher. They are not afraid of hard work, because they know that this is what will set them apart. They have become comfortable with the silence, finding peace in the solitude of their journey. Others may not understand why they choose to keep going, why they choose to work so hard without recognition. But that doesn't matter to them. They are not doing this for anyone else. They are doing it for themselves, for the person they are becoming. They are creating a life that reflects their values, a life built on dedication, persistence, and quiet strength. And they know that, in time, their work will speak for itself. There is a saying that success makes noise, but greatness is often silent. Those who work hard in silence understand this truth. They are not in a rush to reach the top. They are focused on building a foundation that can withstand any storm. They know that real success is not about how fast you get there, but about how deeply rooted you are when you arrive. They are planting seeds that will one day bloom, not because they need the world to see, but because it is a part of who they are. They are committed to excellence, not for the applause, but for the quiet satisfaction of knowing they gave their all. And as they continue on this path, they begin to attract the right kind of attention, not because they sought it, but because their work speaks volumes. People notice the quality, the dedication, the resilience. They recognize that this is someone who has put in the time, who has made sacrifices, who has built something meaningful. But even then, the silent worker does not seek praise. They accept it graciously, but they do not let it define them. They know that their true motivation comes from within, from the quiet drive that has fueled their journey all along. The silent worker understands that life is a marathon, not a sprint. They are in it for the long haul, and they are prepared to keep going, no matter how long it takes. They are not discouraged by setbacks, because they know that each one is a stepping stone on the path to their dreams. They don't measure their success by what others think, but by their own standards. And in doing so, they find a kind of freedom that others may never know. They have learned the art of patience, of waiting for the right moment without forcing things. They understand that some things cannot be rushed, that true growth takes time. They are willing to put in the work, to keep going even when progress is slow, because they know that the end result will be worth it. And in the meantime, they find joy in the journey itself, in the quiet satisfaction of knowing they are moving forward, one step at a time. And when the day finally comes, when all their hard work pays off, it will not come as a surprise. They will not be overwhelmed by the success, because they have been preparing for this moment all along. They have built the resilience, the discipline, the strength to handle whatever comes their way. They have become the kind of person who can rise to the occasion, who can take on new challenges without fear. For those who work hard in silence, success is not the end but a new beginning. It is a chance to continue growing, to keep pushing themselves to new heights. They know that there is always more to learn, more to achieve. They are not satisfied with simply reaching their goals. They are driven to keep improving, to keep evolving. And they do so with the same quiet determination that has carried them this far. Their journey is one of endless growth, of constant progress, of a dedication that never fades. They are not defined by a single achievement, but by the countless hours they have spent working, learning, and growing in silence. Their legacy is not built on fame or recognition, but on the quiet strength that comes from a life of purpose, from a commitment to excellence that cannot be shaken. And so they keep going one day at a time, working hard in silence, knowing that they are building something truly remarkable. They understand that greatness is not about the applause, but about the impact they leave behind, the lives they touch, the difference they make. And in this knowledge, they find a sense of fulfillment that no amount of praise could ever give. In the end, they are content, not because they have reached a certain level of success, but because they have stayed true to themselves, to their values, and to the quiet power of hard work. They have learned that the journey itself is a reward, and that true greatness is found in the silence of dedication, and that they know is worth more than all the applause in the world. Their life has become a testament to the power of persistence, a quiet reminder that some of the most impactful journeys happen away from the eyes of others. The silent worker doesn't need a spotlight to validate their efforts. Their satisfaction comes from knowing that they are consistently doing what needs to be done. With each day, they strengthen their commitment to the path they've chosen, guided by an inner compass that keeps them moving forward. Through this silent journey, they discover a sense of peace. The world around them may be filled with noise, people broadcasting their achievements, competing for attention, racing to prove their worth. But the silent worker is not distracted by this clamor. They are anchored by a deep sense of purpose, a clarity that allows them to stay focused on what truly matters. They realize that the noise of the world is just that noise. It fades, shifts, and changes, but their inner commitment remains steadfast. Their journey has taught them that not everything valuable is visible. Some victories are internal. A moment of clarity, a renewed sense of determination, a breakthrough in understanding. These moments may go unnoticed by others, but to the silent worker, they are priceless. They know that growth is often hidden beneath the surface, that transformation is sometimes imperceptible to the outside world. But they trust the process, knowing that each small step is bringing them closer to where they want to be. They have come to understand that greatness is a quiet force. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't need validation. It simply exists, a steady presence built on a foundation of dedication and discipline. Those who work hard in silence don't chase after recognition because they know that true greatness speaks for itself. It doesn't need an announcement. It reveals itself through consistent effort, through the unwavering commitment to one's goals. In their silence, they cultivate a resilience that is unbreakable. They have learned to withstand setbacks, to face challenges with grace, to continue moving forward even when the path is difficult. They are not swayed by temporary failures, for they see these moments as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow. They are not afraid of hard work, for they understand that it is the price of true success. And they are not discouraged by the slow pace of progress, for they know that real growth takes time. As they continue on this path, they begin to attract like-minded individuals who share their values, who understand the quiet power of hard work. They find themselves surrounded by those who respect their dedication, who appreciate their commitment, who are inspired by their journey. But even in the company of others, the silent worker remains true to themselves. They are not swayed by the opinions or expectations of others. They are guided by their own inner compass, their own definition of success. Their silence is not a weakness but a strength, a testament to their self-reliance. They don't need others to validate their worth, for they have built a sense of confidence that comes from within. This inner confidence is unshakable, rooted in the knowledge that they are doing their best, that they are on a path of continuous improvement. They have learned to trust themselves, to believe in their ability to overcome obstacles, to keep moving forward no matter what. In time, the silent worker achieves their goals. But their success is not loud or flashy. It is a quiet triumph, a private victory that only they fully understand. They don't need to shout about their achievements. The work they have done speaks for itself. And they realize that this is the truest form of success, not the recognition of others, but the satisfaction of knowing that they have done what they set out to do, that they have stayed true to themselves every step of the way. And yet, even as they reach new heights, they continue to work in silence. Success has not changed them. It has only strengthened their commitment to the path they have chosen. They are still driven by the same quiet determination, the same dedication to their craft, the same resilience that has carried them through countless challenges. They know that there is always more to learn, always room to grow, and they remain humble in the face of their achievements. They have learned that true success is not a destination, but a journey, a continuous process of growth and self-improvement. They are not content to rest on their laurels, for they know that there is always more to strive for. They are driven by a deep sense of purpose, a desire to reach their full potential, a commitment to excellence that never fades. And so, they keep going, working hard in silence, knowing that they are building something meaningful, something that will last. As they look back on their journey, they realize that the silence was never a barrier, but a gift. It allowed them to find their own path, to grow at their own pace, to build a life that reflects their values. They have become stronger, wiser, more resilient, and they know that this strength, this wisdom, this resilience is worth more than any amount of applause. For those who work hard in silence, the journey is its own reward. They don't need recognition to feel fulfilled. They find fulfillment in the process itself, in the quiet satisfaction of knowing that they are living up to their potential. They understand that the most valuable achievements are often the ones that go unnoticed, the ones that happen in the silence of dedication. In the end, they are at peace, not because they have achieved everything they set out to do, but because they have stayed true to themselves. They have learned the value of persistence, the power of resilience, the beauty of quiet strength. And they know that this is the greatest achievement of all, not the applause of others, but the quiet knowledge that they have lived a life of purpose, a life of integrity, a life built on the foundation of hard work and silence. In the end, the silent worker understands that success is fleeting, but character endures. Their journey, marked by resilience and an unwavering commitment to growth, has become a part of who they are. They recognize that while the world may be preoccupied with external accomplishments and visible milestones, the true reward is the transformation they have undergone within. Their silent labor has shaped them, molding their character in ways that no applause or recognition could ever achieve. They realize now that the path they chose, though difficult and often solitary, was the one that allowed them to uncover their own strength. They are no longer chasing after goals to prove something to others. Instead, they strive to improve each day, to push their limits, to discover the extent of their capabilities. Their journey is not about reaching an end, but about becoming better with each step. This mindset frees them from the anxiety of comparison, from the pressure to meet external standards. Their purpose is rooted deeply within, guiding them forward with a steady resolve. As they continue to work in silence, they come to appreciate the value of patience. They understand that great things take time, that true success cannot be rushed. They are no longer impatient, no longer seeking instant results. Instead, they have learned to trust in the process, to let their efforts compound slowly but steadily. Each day, each effort, each quiet hour spent working toward their goals is a small investment in the future they are building. And in this patience, they find peace. They are no longer restless, no longer burdened by the need to constantly achieve or prove themselves. They have learned to find joy in the present, in the small victories that come with each step forward. They celebrate these moments privately, finding satisfaction in knowing that they are growing, that they are moving closer to their vision. They have cultivated an inner contentment that cannot be shaken, a sense of fulfillment that is independent of external circumstances. The silent worker knows that this journey is not without sacrifice. There are days when they feel the weight of loneliness, when they question whether the path they've chosen is worth the cost. But each time they doubt, they are reminded of their purpose. They recall the reasons they started, the dreams that have fueled their journey from the beginning. And with renewed determination, they continue, knowing that the sacrifices they make today will pay off in ways they cannot yet see. Over time, their silence becomes a source of inspiration for others. Those who once doubted, those who didn't understand why they chose to work without seeking recognition, begin to notice the depth of their dedication. They see the strength that comes from a life lived with purpose, the quiet power that emerges from a commitment to excellence. Without meaning to, the silent worker becomes a role model, a symbol of perseverance and integrity. Yet even as others begin to look up to them, the silent worker remains humble. They understand that their journey is far from over, that there is always more to learn, more to achieve. They are grateful for the progress they've made, but they do not let it define them. Their focus remains on the work itself, on the continuous process of growth and improvement. They are not concerned with how others perceive them. They are driven by their own standards, their own vision of what it means to live a life of purpose. In this humility, they find a sense of freedom. They are not bound by the need for approval or admiration. They are free to pursue their goals without distraction. Their silence allows them to stay true to themselves, to follow their own path without compromise. They have become masters of their own fate, shaping their destiny through quiet, consistent effort. And they know that this freedom, this independence, is one of the greatest gifts of all. As they reflect on their journey, they are filled with a profound sense of gratitude. They are grateful for the challenges that tested their resolve, for the setbacks that forced them to grow, for the moments of doubt that made them stronger. They are grateful for the silence that allowed them to discover their true potential, for the solitude that taught them the value of self-reliance. They understand now that every hardship, every sacrifice, every quiet hour spent working toward their dreams was a necessary part of their journey. The silent worker's life becomes a story of resilience, a testament to the power of perseverance. They may not have sought recognition, but their journey leaves a lasting impact, a legacy built on the foundation of quiet strength. Their story serves as a reminder that true success is not about fame or fortune, but about the courage to pursue one's dreams with integrity, about the strength to keep going even when the path is difficult. And so, they continue on, working hard in silence, knowing that they are building something that cannot be measured by the world's standards. They are building a life that is true to themselves, a life of purpose, of meaning, of quiet accomplishment. They are not driven by the need to impress or to achieve fame. They are driven by the desire to become the best version of themselves. In their silence, they have found their voice, a voice that does not need to shout, a voice that speaks through actions rather than words. They have become a living example of the power of persistence, a symbol of what is possible when one is willing to put in the work without seeking immediate reward. And they know that this is the greatest success of all, not the applause of others, but the quiet knowledge that they have stayed true to their path, that they have lived a life of meaning and purpose. The silent worker's journey is never truly finished. There are always new challenges to face, new goals to pursue, new opportunities for growth. But they are ready, for they have built the strength, the resilience, the dedication to face whatever lies ahead. They will continue to work in silence, not because they need to, but because they choose to. For they have learned that true fulfillment is found not in the noise of recognition, but in the quiet satisfaction of knowing that they are living a life of purpose, a life of integrity, a life that speaks volumes without saying a word. And so, they carry on, moving forward with quiet determination, knowing that their work is a reflection of who they are, that each step they take brings them closer to their vision. They are content, not because they have reached the end, but because they have embraced the journey. And in the silence of their dedication, they have discovered the true meaning of greatness, the kind that is earned, not given, the kind that endures long after the noise has faded away. Their journey, though unassuming, has become a profound testament to the transformative power of consistency. They understand now that true greatness is not achieved in one grand moment, but in the cumulative effect of small, deliberate actions taken each day. They recognize that this quiet, relentless pursuit has built a strength within them that is immovable, resilient, and unwavering in the face of life's challenges. With each passing year, their silent efforts have grown into a quiet confidence that emanates from within. This confidence is not boastful or loud. It's a calm assurance, a steadiness that guides them through life. They no longer feel the need to prove themselves to others, for they have already proven their worth to the only person that matters, themselves. Their quiet achievements have taught them to trust in their abilities, to believe in their potential, and to remain grounded no matter what life brings. Their silence has become a sanctuary, a place where they can retreat, reflect, and realign with their purpose. In a world that often demands speed and visibility, they have found peace in moving at their own pace, in staying true to their own path. They know that they don't need to chase after success. Instead, they focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts it. Their growth has become less about reaching a specific destination and more about continuous self-improvement, about becoming a better version of themselves each day. Through this journey, they have also come to appreciate the value of humility. They understand that success is not an endpoint, but a milestone on an endless road of learning and growth. They don't let their achievements define them. Rather, they let the lessons learned along the way shape who they are. They realize that true mastery is a lifelong pursuit, that there is always more to learn, more to discover, more to understand. This humility keeps them grounded, reminding them that their journey is part of something much larger than themselves. Over time, the silent worker has discovered a deeper purpose beyond personal goals and ambitions. Their journey has become about more than just individual success. It's about making a meaningful impact, about contributing something valuable to the world around them. They understand that their work, though often unseen, has the potential to touch lives, to inspire others, to leave a legacy that extends beyond their own lifetime. And so, they continue to work, not for the sake of recognition, but to create something lasting, something meaningful, something that will stand the test of time. This realization fills them with a sense of responsibility. They know that their actions, no matter how small or quiet, can influence and inspire others. They carry this responsibility with grace, choosing to lead by example, to show through their actions what it means to work hard, to persevere, to stay true to one's values. They understand that the greatest impact they can make is not through words or speeches, but through the quiet consistency of their efforts, through the integrity of their work. As they move forward, they begin to understand that the journey of the silent worker is, at its core, a journey of self-discovery. Each challenge they face, each setback they overcome, each quiet victory they achieve brings them closer to understanding who they truly are. They have come to see that success is not a matter of achieving external goals, but of aligning with one's inner truth, of living a life that reflects one's deepest values and beliefs. In this alignment, they find a sense of fulfillment that cannot be taken away, a fulfillment that goes beyond the highs and lows of external achievement. They have discovered that true contentment comes not from what they achieve, but from the person they become along the way. Their journey has taught them to value the process over the outcome, to appreciate each step for what it teaches, to see each day as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become better. And as they look back on all the quiet hours they spent working, they feel a deep sense of gratitude not just for the success they have achieved, but for the journey itself, for every challenge that strengthened them, every setback that taught them resilience, every moment of doubt that ultimately deepened their faith in themselves. They are grateful for the silence that allowed them to find their own path, to grow without pressure, to succeed on their own terms. The silent worker knows that their journey is far from over. There will always be new goals to pursue, new challenges to face, new opportunities for growth. But they are ready, for they have built a foundation that can withstand any storm, a strength that cannot be shaken, a resilience that will carry them forward no matter what. They will continue to work in silence, not because they need to, but because they have found peace in this way of life, because they know that the quiet path is the one that leads to true fulfillment. They are not seeking an end, for they have come to understand that the journey itself is a reward. Each day spent working in silence is a day spent moving closer to their true self, to the life they have always envisioned. And they are content in this knowledge, for they have discovered that true success is not about applause or accolades, but about living a life of purpose, a life of meaning, a life that reflects one's deepest values. In the quiet, they have found their strength. In the silence, they have found their purpose. And in the journey, they have found themselves. They will continue to walk this path, to work hard in silence, to live a life of quiet greatness, knowing that their legacy will endure long after the noise has faded away.